Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It is 𝗕𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗕𝗏 again, as you used to know me. And in this video, I'll be showing us how to navigate through Elementor. So the video tutorial is just about introducing us to the Elementor page builder. We'll be looking at how to navigate through Elementor, and we'll also be checking some vital elements and widgets in the Elementor page builder environment. So right now, guys, without further ado, I'll be walking us through the things I have on my screen in terms of text before we jump right into the video practical. So guys, as I've explained in one of our videos, or probably in almost all the videos I made earlier discussing about websites, I made mention of an Elementor page builder being something that helps us to build our website. Elementor page builder is just like the building blocks for our website. So right here on my screen, it says Elementor page builder plugin. So page builder plugins are used to build websites, and there are many of them. Among them is Elementor. So following the plugin downloading process as previously mentioned, we are downloading Elementor page builder to build and edit our product sales page. So I've already talked about Elementor, what Elementor means to building our websites, and how to download the Elementor page builder plugin, and how to install and activate it on our WordPress website. I've actually explained that in the previous videos, so I would go further here. It can also be used to edit some parts of our home page. That's the Elementor page builder. So because there are some home pages like that, depends on the theme you installed. Some themes, after installing them, you might not be able to edit or do anything except you download their plugins. I've explained that. I think I've explained that in one of the previous videos, and if not, probably the next videos you'd get more insights about creating your website homepage, and you know more about these things, installing themes and site settings. So I'm going further, guys. Right now I'll be walking you guys through a video practical on how to use the Elementor page builder. So we'll be looking at navigating through Elementor and checking vital elements and widgets needed to build a product sales page, including order form creation. So guys, it's actually not a big deal. I just want every one of us to be open-minded, because this is Elementor page building, or page builder, website building is all about creativity, what to picture in your mind, how you want it to be. So what I'll just be doing here is showing us to the basic things that you need to make what you have in your mind come to reality as a website. So very quickly, guys, I'll be walking us through these processes using a video practical. So right now I'll be jumping into my browser. This is my WordPress dashboard. So what you want to do next is go to page, add new page. Let's add new page first. Add new page. I'm going to name it Elementor testing. Elementor testing. You don't even need to create any new page for yourself. Elementor testing. So here, this is the page title. So once you click on this, once you finish typing this page title, come to the left right hand side of your screen like this. Scroll down to page attribution, or page attributes rather. So here where you have template, default template, you change it to Elementor canvas. Change it to Elementor canvas. So if you eventually leave it at default, you can always change it back from within the Elementor page builder environment, but I would leave it as default template so you guys can see what I'm trying to say. So now, guys, you can see a permalink has been created. Permalink is just like a link that leads that a link to the page you are creating. Yes, that's just as simple as it is. A permalink is a link to the page you just created. So, and this permalink will be derived from the title you gave to the page. As you can see, I named this page Elementor Testing. So it created a permalink with my domain name, which is 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗢𝗡. So you can actually change this this particular one from Elementor Testing. You can say Elementor Novice, Elementor Amateur to Pro. It will change it by itself. As you can see, Elementor Amateur to Pro. So you can always change this, but you can't change this one. You can change this one. That's the page link. This is the domain name. This is the page link. So once you are done like that, there's nothing more than to publish. So to make the page go live. So once you are done publishing, then you click on edit with Elementor this way. It takes you right straight into the Elementor page builder environment, where I'll be showing us several things we might be making use of while building our product sales page. So this is it, guys. Now I was telling us to change the page attribute to default to Elementor canvas from default. So we actually left it at default, and this is what we have here, the page footer. So we don't want this to appear on our page. So how do we remove it? It's actually something we did through site settings. You can remove it through site settings. I included this on my website as footers, so that any page on my website I included it. I don't have to start creating these things again. It will just automatically appear there. But this page I'm trying to walk you guys through with. I would have to remove this. You might also want to remove it when building your own page or website or product sales page at any point in time, but always make sure you put it on Elementor canvas this way. Watch the changes. This thing will go away now. As you can see, guys, it's no longer there. Just updates. So before we begin, I would like to show us where we can change this background from white to any color we want. Come right here, these three lines, click on it, go to site settings, then scroll down to background like this. Then what do you want to do? You want to click on this brush like this. Then you can actually make an image your site background this way. These are the things I said I'll be showing us, so there's no need to rush about it. Let me quickly. You can make, let's say you want to make this particular picture background image. Can you see it has been applied? Can you see that it has been applied? Position, I can see, let it be center. I don't want it to repeat. No repeat. It should just be. I can say size, let it contain. Cover, let it cover. As you can see, I can say contain. Look at it here, as tiny as. I can say auto. Let me see. So that's it. But I won't even advise you to use. Probably when you become a pro, if there's need for it, you can decide to use an image, but I won't be using an image. I will delete now. So let me show you how to change the color. Click on this brush like this, click on this slant red line like this, then you can change the color to whatever it is you want. As you can see, change it to red, blue, black, whatever it is you want, whatever color it is you want for the page background. That's like site background. So whatever page you'll be building on your website would have whatever color you select here. So I'll be reverting back to this white. So you can also decide to use a gradient color. Gradient color is a mixture of two colors. So this is red, this is a gradient color, this is red mixed with purple. You can say white mixed with black. As you can see, gradient is like mixture of two colors. So but I won't be using any of this now. I'll just go with a classic color, which is white. So that is that, guys. So once we are done with that, we can click on updates like this, then go back to click on the X to go back to the menu. So now, guys, the important things here is I'll be showing us how to edit heading, text heading, text editor, images, videos, and probably some other things you need to know. So what's the very first thing you want to do within your Elementor environments? I think this page, this site background has changed. Let me return it. Let me change it back to white, to the default color. The color is beginning to show somehow. Now this is it. Update. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is add a structure. Now for you to add a structure, we have a single column structure, a double column, 3, 4. We have double column, wide to the right. We have another double column, wide to the left. We have 3 column structure. We have wide to the right, then 2 normal on the left. As we have them like that, we have 5 column. So these are structures or sections, and all these things, they are useless without an element being dragged to them. So the very first thing you want to do is add a structure like this. You add a structure. This is a structure like this. Then the structure would contain a section, a column, and an element. This plus sign, let me add one more. This plus sign is meant for you to add an element or widget. And how do you add an element? You come to this, come to the top left corner of your screen, click on this hamburger button here like this. These are the elements, or what we call widgets. So you drag whichever elements or whichever widgets you want to use. You drag this way, you drop it here. Make sure the line cuts across the screen like this. Make sure this blue line cuts across the screen like this. You see, I'll be removing this one. Let me remove this, delete. So like this. So this is it. We have a text here, text heading. So for you to edit this text heading, now you click on this pen like this, click on it like this. As you can see, contents. Then whatever it is you want, just type it. Say my name. That's it. So you can align it, you can center align it, you can align it to the left, you can align it to the right, you can justify it like this. So but let me center align it first. So that is for the element. Now for the column. Okay, now for this element that I added, which is the heading, let me show you how to change the color. So to change anything that has to do with this text, as regards the shape, the color, the font, the size, whatever it is that has to do with this text, you come to style like this. Style, click on style. This is the text color, whatever color you want it to have. Let me choose blue in this case, or probably no, let me use this, let me use green so it can be visible. So that is it. So further editing you can make to the text is from typography, click on this pen. You can change the font, which is known as family. You can change the font to whatever it is you want. I'll just be picking a random font now. Let me say popping. Okay, it's not really effective. Let me change it to 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗢. As you can see here now, as you can see, so this is the size. This is for the size. You can change the size to whatever size you want. Let me leave it this way. This is the weight. That's boldness. How do you want it to be bold? Like this. If you select 200, it will be tiny. If you come to 600, it's bolden up. Then go to 900, it increases, as you can see. So to transform, that's to change it to uppercase, lowercase, capitalize. You understand? So lowercase, as you can see, uppercase. So the next thing is style. So how do you want it to look like? Italic, oblique. I can't really see any difference between italic and oblique. So italic or normal. Normal should be default. So going further, you can also decide to decorate it by underlining it like this, or overlining it, or line through it, like striking it through, or you say none, or default. So this line height has to do with, can I use the enter button? Okay, let me go back to it. This line height now has to do with the gap between two lines of text or wordings. As you can see, that's the gap between line height, as you can see. So if you don't want it applied, just highlight on the number, then remove it. It goes back to the normal line height. So letter spacing, how spaced do you want the letters to be? As you can see, these are the vital things you should know before even going into building any page. That's it. So word spacing, how apart do you want the words to be? Can you see it? So it's actually no big deal. There are no big deals. So text stroke, let's see this. Can you see it? That's the effect. Can you see it? I don't even make use of things like that. Text shadow, do you want the text to have shadow? Can you see it? Remove shadows, text shadows. That's the text shadow. Can you see it? So these are the things you need to know about the Elementor page builder. So we've dealt with content, we've dealt with style. Now the advanced. So this margin, the margin is, we call margin outer spacing. So how spaced do you want the elements to be from the outside? So this thing here is called linking. So if you link it up like this, whatever number you input here would apply to other spaces, as you can see. If I remove it now, you notice the changes on this screen from this side. Can you see? So if I unlink it, that means I want to deal with a particular side of the element. Let me say bottom. Let me add 50. Can you see? Outer spacing, margin. Let me duplicate this thing. Now let me add this one here. Copy, paste. Let me move on here. I want to use it as an example for some things, to show some things. My name too. My name 1. 2. So now look at the effect of the margin. If I click on this, let's say I want to work on the margin bottom, let me say 100. Can you see? That is it. If I say margin top 100, can you see? If I say margin left 100, can you see? So that's how you edit margin, but you won't really know the effectiveness until I start explaining about column. So the padding is like inner spacing, while margin is for outer spacing, padding is for inner spacing. So let me unlink and show us some things. 100. Let me pad from the bottom. 100. You won't really notice the changes here, but I'm coming. Let me apply color to this. Sorry, background color. Let me apply a background color so we can see what I'm trying to talk about. Now I've applied red here. Mind you, I'm still working on the elements, text adding elements. The elements I'm still working on adding. So I'm still working on adding like this. So for me to work on the column, I will click on column like this. Then I can start working on the column. But let me add color to the column as well. The color will not even be visible to you now until, okay, as you can see, it's a bit visible. I'm coming. It's a bit visible. Now let me change the color for this section. I want to show us some things. Can you see the color for the section is not coming out? Can you see? It's not coming out. So now for us to be able to work on the color for the section, or to see the color for the section, would have to work on this column here. This is the column like this. Click on the column, then come to advanced. Now this is where you notice the effectiveness of margin and padding. Now let me pad the 4 angles. Let me include margins to the 4 angles. Let me say 50. As you can see, can you see it? Yeah, can you see it? As you can see, can you see it? Now that's for the column anyways. This is the column. Now let me work on padding for this text heading. Click on edit heading. You see it here, edit heading. Now let me work on padding. If you pad it, it's called inner spacing. 50. As you can see it, look at the margin. As you can see it, let me include more alphabet to this one. That is when you can know when the inner spacing is effective. So that's the margin.